InkdMage here, and I want to share with you a setup that I did and also talk about how you can turn a single location into an entire adventure. So let's go check out the beach Leviathan in Neverwinter. Okay, so my son in my solo campaign that I'm running for him has traveled to Neverwinter, and if you're familiar at all with Neverwinter, there is a tavern called the beach Leviathan. It's a ship that is, as the name suggests, been beached and turned into a tavern. So what I've done here is I've used, out of the gate, you can just see a couple things that really stand out. The WizKids Falling Star ship, I just took down the sails, and these awesome, amazing looking docks by Galadoria Games. It's part of their city docks and their dock elevation expansion pack. So let's just first do a little video cruise through so you can see some of the things that are used here. These docks look fantastic, right? Well, let's go up and do a flyby of the ship. Okay, and you'll see there's multiple levels. One thing I did, you know, I can't cover the entire ship and create a roof. You know, in my imagination, that's what they did so they could have other levels. But to simulate that, I just took some of these upcoming, actually they're being released in a couple days, Warlock Tiles by WizKids. So I just took some of the town and village ones to create walls on this first level, as well as a door. So you could enter the bar, and then here's a main room. It's pretty cool. You could get a big old table here at the main room, or you could climb the steps up and go to this part of the ship. And who knows what's in there? Maybe that's a private room. These doors open, right? And you can actually lift the floor up to expose it. But you could have a private room in there, or maybe that's a place where you can lodge. Maybe there's a little hallway and there are some maybe it's not a tavern, maybe it's an inn. So I did the same thing. Let me come around. You see there's the same thing over here. There's another door that you can go in. And you have some steps leading down, and I just used the WizKids stairs leading down to the lower floor to represent that. But I didn't want to have a hole in the floor, so I took this Galadoria Games trap door and I just dropped that down. Well, look up here. If you're a guest, you climb up the steps and you can hang out at the bar. And back here is where the barkeep is, and some casks. All right, so that's pretty cool. And then another bar down here. Why not? Maybe they offer the same thing, or maybe a limited selection, or you don't know. Check this out. You see me reuse these Galadoria tables, particularly this one looks so good. You know, you have some guests here, a little stage with somebody playing a violin and a piano, and then stairs that lead down. And again, I use WizKids stairs. There's a Galadoria ale container and some barrels. I love this pickle barrel though from WizKids. Got a stove. Gravel cast set up here. It's a barrel with a fish crate with a fish on it, and a cup and some cards. And you've got some cargo over here. Lots of good stuff. So, how can you turn this into an adventure? Whatever your adventure is, the heart of it is somewhere in the ship. But you can start out with an encounter out here. Maybe the characters are accosted by some thugs, or they need to help somebody because there's some sort of creature that's climbing up on the docks. So, I mean, you get in one encounter here, that's fantastic. Good combat encounter, head inside for some role playing. And using a single location like this, you really want to use a lot of role playing for your game. I mean, I try and do that anyway, but you know, it's also a tavern, and or inn, in which case a good encounter for battle could be a great bar fight, right? You have a bar fight anywhere along here, maybe several bar fights. Some investigation, sneaking in to rooms, maybe an office to uncover things, and then it's a skill-based encounter. So right now you've got a combat encounter out here, role-playing, a bar fight, which is some actions, a skill encounter. Maybe they have to go down here and get information or perform. Lots of opportunity, and maybe ultimately the goal is to get down and find a prize here. And you could, by the time they come out of one spot, they could be back at another place where there could be another encounter, you know, a combat encounter or something. You know, you can reuse the same locations, and maybe ultimately there is a great threat from out here. Maybe there is the Kraken is emerged and there are tentacles coming up. But anyway, you can really build out one location like this and then turn it into a whole night's adventure. And you know, what a cool thing to do. It keeps it focused. There's plenty of NPCs to talk to, and your players will really appreciate it. Now, if you don't have all this good stuff, and I'm showing it to you just because it's pretty cool. I like to see what people do with their terrain. It's okay, you can use 2D maps or draw it and get the same effect, because ultimately at the end of the day, it's just about rolling dice with people you care about and hopefully care about and telling a mutual story, right? Shared storytelling, collaborative storytelling. So that is my beached Leviathan. I hope you enjoyed taking a look.